Hey guys, welcome to your weekly angel card reading here at Beacons of Angel Light with me, Trudy Healy, and this is for your week beginning January 22nd, 2018. And so for this week, we still have all of the planets are direct. Everything is, like the planets have aligned in our favor, so to speak. We have lots of big things going on in terms of communication, in terms of opportunity, in terms of our thoughts being reprogrammed and redirected correctly. So also this week, there's opportunity to reserve within the new thoughts that we're thinking, right? There's the opportunity to grow in the sense that you don't share so much, you don't put yourself in a predicament because you've overshared or you've stated more. Once you've said something, you can't unsay it. And perhaps it sounds better inside of your mind than it will to the ears of those receiving it. So this is that week of discernment, if you will. Also, like towards the middle of the week. Yeah, because that's when Pluto trines with Mercury. So then I'm going to be using for this week Doreen Virtue's and Charles Virtue's Indigo Angel Oracle cards. Let's see. Okay, there we have a card that flew right out. Authority. We'll cover that one first. And we have another card. Oh, this one too. Both of these. Okay. All right. So the first card that we got for this week is Authority. You see how the light, I'm trying not to get the glare, guys, so that you can see the card without a glare. But the light's kind of shining down upon his crown, and it's coming from the heavens, so to speak. And it's like, he's right. This person right here is right. He just has a really ugly way of saying things, or a way of saying things where people just don't want to listen. You know, like if you have that attitude of like, I know more, and you should listen to me because I know, then who's going to want to listen to you? Nobody wants to listen to that person. There's a way of saying things with, a little bit of tact. And so you're definitely right. The angels are on your side. Everybody needs to listen to you, but you have to figure out a way of saying it so that everybody will finally, come into harmony with listening to you. Because right now they're in disharmony with it because of the way that you're saying things or the way that you act and the way that you come off. Sometimes it's not even a verbal situation. It's just an energetic thing that you're putting off with your vibe. So that was the first and foremost, most important card of the week. It flew right out of my hands, you guys saw. We also have Acceptance. So Acceptance, this speaks volumes to me personally. There's situations where I feel like I'm very sensitive. And I'm an empath, so I certainly feel other people's intentions, their emotions, as if they were my own. I can identify with the biggest, meanest person, okay? But I can identify with them on a personal level. Now, this isn't to say that you're going to let them get away with doing wrong, but you do have to accept it is what it is and move forward knowing that. So acceptance, my darlings, acceptance of yourself, acceptance of your situation, acceptance of the surrounding situation, the people in your sphere, perhaps coworkers, friends, family. It's that troublesome situation that I was talking about. It has to do with this. So acceptance. And it's not to say that you're going to let them win one over on you, but you certainly have to be aware. All right, so in spite of all of this, there's loads of us who are feeling very alone right now. Like in our journey, nobody fully understands us. Nobody's fully aware of all of the things that are going on emotionally inside of your heart, inside of your mind, and the way that the things in your sphere are affecting that. And you are an emotional creature. You're a divine emotional creature. Your thoughts don't come in physical format. You turn them into physical format, right? They come from somewhere beyond 3D. They come from like 5D, 7D, okay? This is like a non-physical dimension where the thoughts come from. And the emotions come from that same dimension. So you're not alone. Your thoughts, your emotions are created elsewhere where we also have the non-physical being realm, and they're aware. They know every step that you've taken in this journey, and your prayers don't fall on deaf ears. You're constantly surrounded by your team. Your team is here. Your team of angels and guardians and guides. They're all here all of the time. You are not alone. Far from it. Far from it. And all of your thinking it's bestowed upon you. It's like, yes, it's willing, but at the same time you have divine thoughts, and you have the choice whether which one to listen to. It's like you constantly have the angel and the fallen one on the other side. So which thoughts are you going to dedicate more time to? If these thoughts are like liquid gold, right, and you can deposit them into your reservoir of love or the not love reservoir, what ocean are you going to be swimming in? And inside of your thoughts, you're going to be swimming in an ocean of, fears and injustice and, lack, so many lower vibration things. Or are you going to be swimming in a sea of love, a sea of happiness, joy, success, aspirations, hope? It's entirely your choice, but it all starts in the thought realm. And yes, your thoughts are divine. So you are definitely far from alone. Never alone, even though you do feel that way. And when you are feeling alone, call on your team of angels to remind you that you're not alone, because they will show you signs that they are present, ever present. Ask for a sign. So think about it. This is, I was saying, I believe at the beginning of the video, how this is a week of like lots of opportunity, and also opportunity for reprogramming the thinking patterns. And so this goes hand in hand with that. You can't make this up, okay? Look, I just randomly pulled the cards. They were face down, and this goes hand in hand with what I was saying pre-pulling the cards. So this has to do with the reprogramming of the thinking patterns. You have to think about things. This is a week where we get to exercise our compassion muscles, okay? A big time week for that. A big, huge opportunity to either give in to the fallen ones and do what we've ordinarily done in the past and give in and act out the way that it's trendy nowadays. Or we can take the higher route and think about it and reprogram the thinking patterns, because there's going to be a situation there that's going to try you. It's going to really, grind your gears, make your blood boil type of deal. Let me just because I haven't gotten this card here in this deck very frequently. I just want to see what the book has to say about it, but that's what they're telling me. Think about it. This card asks you to step back from your current path, thought process, and review the situation you're asking about. There's an unseen aspect. The angels guide you to slow down. You can move forward with the whole picture in sight. This card can also be cautionary if you're about to make a radical change impulsively. While you may still be in the path, this card asks you to look into the alternatives first. As an indigo, you're exquisitely sensitive to energy, and your mission is to heal and transform negative energy into positive energy. However, there's always a better way to do so. This card asks you to research your options for making the healthful changes that are part of your indigo mission. So, but really, I'm feeling it's an opportunity here where somebody's going to try out of you, and it's an opportunity for growth and to handle things in an entirely different way than you would have done perhaps 2 years ago or perhaps even 3 months ago. Okay, so the paradigm shift is here. It's real, guys. Everybody's undergoing it. The trees, the little squirrels outside, everybody, including us. Every lunar phase, it gets heightened. So the thinking patterns are being changed. There is a reason why, you know, certain things happen in a chronological kind of aspect, even though time isn't real. Things happen in their divine order, in their divine time, and now you're being bestowed these thoughts. You're actually here listening to me, and I'm telling you about this. There is no coincidence, only synchronicities, guys. So for the last card of this deck, because I am going to pull cards from my Keepers of the Light deck, this one is Explore. And this isn't just a physical explore. Yes, definitely take a trip, a road trip, get out there. You're being encouraged to seek out new land and to, you know, get grounded elsewhere and absorb new culture, new ways of doing things, perhaps even meeting, you know, new soul tribe that you haven't met in this physical lifetime, okay? But in addition to that, it's also about exploring within inside of yourself. This is a week of huge opportunity and really realizing, remember I was saying that this is a week of like discernment, right? So when the opportunity presents itself to say this, that, or the fifth, explore and wonder to yourself about why you're feeling you need to share this, or about why the situation has presented itself the way that it has. Explore within yourself, not without, and also without, but it's both. It's a balance of both. Oh, speaking of balance, they had me say that. That's so funny. This is a week beginning January 22nd, okay? 2-2 is the number of balance. So this is a week where we're balancing things. We're having a deeper understanding of what it is to juggle and balance things correctly and accurately. All right. So really quickly here, Keepers of the Light by Kyle Gray. Yeah, and this deck was a gift from one of my soulmates. Oh my gosh, 2 cards jumped out, and that was definitely no mistake. They're like facing opposite directions. No? Okay, they said that's it. Yes. So, you can't make this up. Mary Magdalene. She is big time compassion, okay? And big time love here. She's a teacher. She's an awakener. You have something important to share. Follow the inner call and don't let anything detain you from it. So, we have that trying situation. We have the communication aspect on our side, right? We have those awkward moments where we're feeling like we need to withdraw from certain people, but we have our mission. The acceptance card kind of goes with this. You know what I mean? Mary Magdalene, hold on. You have a strong desire to share what you've learned. You may feel people will dismiss you or ridicule you, but don't worry. Mary Magdalene is here to guide you through this process. Your vulnerability is actually your greatest strength because you are trusting the power of your soul. And that part of you can never be broken. Your wonderful teacher and leader in the world needs you now. You are being backed by heaven. So step forward and share all that you've learned. Yeah, and this also has to do with that first card that I pulled, the one that jumped right out from the other deck where like the light's shining down on his head, the authority card. Because you have something to say, and it's like people don't want to listen perhaps because of the way they are coming across. This is for me as well, guys. It's crazy. So we need to rethink the way that we want to present information to people because that way they'll be more receptive of it. We are right. And then the last card of the week, we got Lady Venus. Lady Venus. Okay. Hearing high-pitched notes, seeing flickers of light, and having the sense that beings are visiting you in your sleep are all signs that you're receiving the downloads from the heavens. Whenever this is happening, spend some time in contemplation so that you can ask the universe what you really need to know. This card also represents downloads of information being received by your mind. Know that the universe sees you as capable of holding soul-centered information that will help you and others reach a new level of understanding. See how it all coincides? I can't make this up. It's 2 decks, and they hold, you know, like a different aspect of the information that I preliminarily gave to you before even pulling cards. So guys, I hope you have a wonderful week filled with revelations about yourself, about this beautiful, delicious planet that we live in and that we all share together. Let's come together. Let's not allow them to conquer by dividing us. It's the oldest trick in the book. Divide and conquer. Politics, sporting events, you know, whatever it is, your race, gender orientation, there's so many different ways to divide us. We are all earthlings. So, and better than that, we're all part of the universe. Okay, so let's just love each other in kumbaya, my lord. And, you know, it's, like I said, it's a week for exercising your compassion muscles. Okay, so be aware of it. I love you all. Love yourselves. Love everybody around you. And if you haven't already done so, definitely click subscribe and share the video with somebody that you love. Mwah! Have a great week filled with blessings.